ค่ะหลายๆท่านน่าจะได้ตอบคำถามแล้วนะคะบางคนอาจจะบอกว่าจริงๆคีย์เวิร์ดสั้นๆไม่พออยากเขียนเป็นหน้ากระดาษเลยนะคะเดี๋ยวตอนท้ายเราจะมีกระดาษให้สำหรับท่านที่อยากจะแสดงความเห็นเพิ่มเติมนะคะค่ะตอนนี้มีคนตอบมาประมาณ38ท่านนะคะเดี๋ยวเราจะสวิตช์ไปที่ข้อถัดไปนะคะสำหรับข้อถัดไปค่ะก็คือท่านคาดหวังว่าเราจะได้รับอะไรจากการเสวนาในวันนี้วันนี้ทุกท่านเนี่ยเข้าร่วมในห้องเสวนาห้องนี้ใช่ไหมคะเราก็มีความคาดหวังแรกเริ่มแล้วว่าเราอยากจะมาเรียนรู้อะไรจากท่านวิทยากรทั้ง3ท่านเราอยากจะได้อะไรกลับไปจากห้องเรียนห้องนี้นะคะอันนี้ก็จะเป็นคำถามปลายเปิดเหมือนกันซึ่งท่านสามารถที่จะพิมพ์เป็นข้อความหรือเป็นคีย์เวิร์ดสั้นๆได้ค่ะมีคนบอกว่าอยากได้เทคนิคในการทำงานจริงๆการคาดหวังเนี่ยเราอาจจะมองเป็นเชิงอาจจะเป็นเนื้อหาเป็นความรู้เป็นประสบการณ์เป็นสิ่งที่เรามาแลกเปลี่ยนหรือเราอาจจะมีคำถามก็ได้นะคะว่าฉันสงสัยเรื่องนี้จังเลยในห้องเรียนไม่เข้าใจเลย PLC คืออะไร PLC ของเรากับ PLC ของคนอื่นเหมือนกันหรือเปล่าวันนี้อยากจะมาแบ่งปันอยากจะมาสอบถามท่านวิทยากรนะคะก็อาจจะเป็นคำตอบลักษณะนั้นได้เหมือนกันค่ะอันนี้ก็จะมีคนตอบมาอย่างรวดเร็วนะคะ18ท่านแล้วค่ะบอกว่าอยากได้ความรู้ความเข้าใจเกี่ยวกับ PLC อยากที่จะได้ความรู้เกี่ยวกับ PLC ไปใช้ในการสอนมากยิ่งขึ้นคาดหวังว่าจะได้รับความรู้ใหม่ๆเพิ่มเติมและสามารถนำไปปรับใช้ในการทำงานได้แก้ปัญหาโดยการใช้ PLC นะคะเทคนิคการสอนในรูปแบบต่างๆค่ะเดี๋ยวจะเปิดให้อีกสักประมาณ1นาทีนะคะก่อนที่เราจะเริ่มในช่วงถัดไปค่ะบางคนบอกว่าส่วนใหญ่จะเน้นเป็น PLC หมดเลยนะคะถ้าเท่าที่ดูด้วยผ่านแบบเร็วๆนะคะจะมีเรื่องของกระบวนการ PLC เทคนิคการใช้ PLC การนำ PLC ไปใช้ในห้องเรียนนะคะจริงๆวันนี้เราวิทยากรของเรา3ท่านเนี่ยมาจากต่างประเทศเขาอาจจะมีมุมมองในเรื่องของ PLC ในเรื่องของการเรียนการสอนจากต่างประเทศเราอาจจะดูในส่วนของประสบการณ์จากต่างประเทศก็ได้นะคะเดี๋ยวเราจะรออีกสัก5ท่านนะคะแล้วเดี๋ยวเราจะไปยังเซสชั่นถัดไปค่ะมีใครอยากจะเพิ่มเติมความคาดหวังอะไรเพิ่มเติมอีกไหมคะถ้าดูเป็นภาพรวมก็คือทุกท่านจะมองคล้ายๆกันว่ามีความคาดหวังในเรื่องของความรู้หรือประสบการณ์ในเรื่องของการใช้ PLC ในชั้นเรียนนะคะโอเคค่ะงั้นอันนี้จะยังเปิดทิ้งไว้ให้ทุกท่านสามารถที่จะตอบคำถามเพิ่มเติมได้นะคะเดี๋ยวจะสวิตช์กลับไปที่ตัว PowerPoint ค่ะตอนนี้ยังไม่ได้ปิดในคำถามข้อสุดท้ายนะคะเพราะฉะนั้นท่านสามารถที่จะพิมพ์คำตอบต่อได้นะคะต้องขอบคุณทุกท่านในการร่วมกิจกรรมโพลนี้มากเลยนะคะสำหรับ3คำถามเดี๋ยว3คำถามเนี่ยค่ะเดี๋ยวจะไปประมวลผลแล้วก็จะนำตัวข้อมูลเนี่ยให้กับท่านวิทยากรของเราอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะคะทีนี้ในส่วนของคำถามค่ะก็คือเดี๋ยวจะมีสตาฟของเราประจำเทสค่ะ สำหรับตัวคำถามนะคะเดี๋ยวจะมีสตาฟเราเนี่ยจะมีเอกสารเป็นกระดาษแผ่นเล็กๆแบบนี้นะคะคือถ้าท่านผู้เข้าร่วมคนไหนรู้สึกว่าระหว่างที่เราฟังท่านวิทยากรพูดนะคะเรามีคำถามสงสัยอยากจะซักถามสอบถามคือเราจะไม่เปิดโอกาสให้ท่านถามในระหว่างที่ท่านทำการเสวนานะคะแต่ว่าเราจะเปิดโอกาสในช่วงสุดท้ายของการเสวนาคือท่านสามารถเขียนคำถามรอไว้ได้นะคะแล้วก็เราจะรวบรวมเพื่อที่จะนำคำถามให้กับท่านวิทยากรค่ะหรือว่าในช่วงสุดท้ายเนี่ยท่านบอกว่าท่านอยากถามกับท่านวิทยากรเองโดยตรงเราก็จะมีสตาฟในการเดินไมค์นะคะก็คือจะเป็นช่วงท้ายของการเสวนาค่ะค่ะสำหรับถัดไปนะคะก็เราจะไปพบกับท่านวิทยากรของเราแล้วนะคะ3ท่านซึ่งก่อนที่เราจะไปเจอท่านวิทยากรจะขอแนะนำพิธีกรดำเนินรายการในช่วงถัดไปนะคะคุณทันธิดาวงประสงค์นักวิชาการจากกองทุนเพื่อความเสมอภาคทางการศึกษาค่ะ
เดี๋ยวนะคะได้ยินไหมคะค่ะก็สวัสดีทุกท่านนะคะ Good afternoon and welcome once again welcome to this session entitled Sharing Experiences of Professional Learning Community Sorry, I have to speak both in Thai and in English. So ก็คิดว่าเซสชันนี้นะคะก็จะทำให้ทุกท่านเนี่ยได้เรียนรู้ประสบการณ์เรื่องของการสร้างชุมชนการรู้เชิงวิชาชีพนะคะอย่างที่เมื่อเช้านะคะในวงใหญ่นะคะเราได้มีการพูดถึงนะคะว่านโยบายเนี่ยก็สนับสนุนเรื่องนี้อยู่แล้วแล้วก็มีความเป็นรูปธรรมยังไงนะคะเราก็จะมาเติมเรื่องของความรู้นะคะแล้วก็ประสบการณ์แล้วก็วิธีการซึ่งในช่วงบ่ายวันนี้อย่างที่ได้พูดไปแล้วคือเราจะได้เรียนรู้จากถึงทั้ง3ประเทศด้วยกันนะคะก็คือมีทั้งประเทศตุรกีนะคะประเทศอินโดนีเซียแล้วก็ประเทศญี่ปุ่นด้วยนะคะก็Okay, we have a very special guest from 3 countries today, and please join me in welcoming all speakers. So firstly, I will invite each of the speakers on the stage. Firstly, I would like to start with Professor Toshi Akira Fuji from Tokyo, Kukake University. Professor Fuji, please on the stage. ขอเสียงตบมือให้หน่อยนะคะSecondly, please join me in welcoming Professor Likardas Eko Indrajit. He is the head of PGRI Smart Learning and Character Center, Indonesia. Please, Mr. Eko. And last but not least, we also have a speaker from Turkey. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Latif Selvi. He's a teacher and Vice President of Educator Trade Union Turkey. And he also will be joining with his interpreter, Mr. Osman. Welcome. Okay, so I think without further ado, I think we should have start with our session right away ก็คิดว่าไม่อยากให้ทุกท่านเสียเวลานะคะเมื่อกี้เราได้ร่วมกิจกรรมแล้วว่าวันนี้จริงๆมีหลายท่านเนี่ยอยากเรียนรู้เรื่องของการสร้างชุมชนการรู้วิชาชีพนะคะก็เราอยากให้ทุกท่านได้เรียนรู้ประสบการณ์จริงๆเพราะว่าครูสภาตั้งใจจัดมากนะคะแล้วก็เชิญมาถึง3ประเทศด้วยกันที่อยากให้ทุกท่านเนี่ยได้เรียนรู้เรื่องนี้นะคะ Without further ado I would like to invite Professor Fuji to deliver his presentation. It will be topic will be lesson study Japanese approach to the improvement of classroom teaching. Mr. Fuji, Professor Fuji, the floor is yours.
Could I use my
เป็นจอข้างบนเป็นเครื่องข้างบนสลับจอ
Okay.
เขาจะใช้คอมของเขาเอง
Hello? No.
Sorry.
But sorry, I can't speak Thai. Here. This afternoon, I would like to talk about lesson study. Yeah? Wait for a moment. Have you ever heard lesson study? Oh, surprised me. Okay. Lesson study, Japanese approach to the improvement of classroom teaching. By the way, lesson study could be thought of form of PLC. Yes, PLC characterized like this. Yeah, quite good things there. But to me, PLC is too general, vague, sounds good. But what you do exactly, not clear. So I talk about maybe one of the PLC is lesson study, what we are doing in Japan. Yeah. Also, as I said, there are little specifications about how they are to be conducted and what teachers learn in PLC. So PLC is somewhat silent about subject matter teaching and learning. I didn't say that. It's Jennifer Lewis said. So lesson studies strong focus on children's thinking and not only mathematics. I'm a mathematics educator, so that's why I'm talking about mathematics. Mathematical content would render lesson study a very particular form of PLC. By the way, last month, Teacher Council gave us this book, History of Thailand. I'm quite impressed. Long, beautiful history. Lesson study, we're doing shorter, only 120 or 30 years. Well, lesson study like air to us, because felt everywhere, because it is implemented in everyday school activity, particularly elementary school. Almost every elementary school in Japan, they're doing lesson study. More than 100 years. So unlike many Western countries, lesson study in Japan is neither funded nor mandatory. How about PLC in your country? Lesson study organized by teachers themselves. That is the one key characteristic of lesson study. They come to attention, the lesson study, because of the publication of Teaching Gap, 1999. Okay. It's about the TIMS video study. Have you ever had TIMS video study? Oh, this is the very first international study focused on what happened in the classroom. So mathematics lesson, 8th grade, lower secondary school, 8th grade mathematics lesson investigated. So Teaching Gap described chapter 1 to 6 about what is the teaching and learning in mathematics. In Japan, United States, Germany, only 3 countries though. This is the very first international study. Videotaped is classroom teaching. We promised 100 each, 100 each to get the lesson videotaped. But only 81 United States, German people, very serious German people, 100. We did 50. We said half joke, the other 50 is the same. Well, supposed to be laugh, Japanese audience is laugh here. Anyway. So the data is like this. You know, the German, Japan is similar tendency, but this kind of case is rare. Usually, German, United States, similar. Japan is different. That kind of pattern we found, you see. This is a typical one. United States, German, it's similar tendency. Japan, different. This is an alternative solution method coming from the student. Japan is quite big number. German, United States, no. So in the sense, chapter 1 to 6, saying Japanese 8th grade mathematics lesson is good. So If so, nobody buy this book. But this book is bestseller because chapter 7, 8, 9 describe lesson study behind these good lessons. So, beyond the reform Japan's approach to improvement classroom teaching, lesson study become famous now. So, and then, as I said, lesson study is implemented almost elementary school, but video is lower secondary. But about lesson study, focus on the elementary school. And chapter 7, elementary school lesson study, it's quite a detailed description. Anyway, so many books since then published on lesson study. Like this one, this is quite interesting. It's Handbook of Research Lesson. This is a academic journal focus on the lesson study. The book, the other book. It's quite lots of books published, but even so, there are special terms to describe lesson study. We cannot translate into English. Anyway, lesson study is 5 components. It's quite simple activity, only 5 components. Number 1 is goal setting. That is very important component. And lesson planning, and then research lesson, and post-lesson discussion, and reflection. It's quite simple. But to tell you what we are doing exactly, and particularly goals, it's a long-term activity. In the case school-based, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years term. Lesson study is not just about improving a single lesson. It's about building pathways for ongoing improvement of instruction. And the goal setting is quite important. Teachers collaborate with their colleagues to develop shared long-term goals for their students, considering both educational goal and student reality. So you could do in your school maybe as a first step. But this first step distinguish lesson study from the workshop. You know, teachers workshop or seminar, because lecturer has the answer and teacher come to get the answer. But the lesson study is not. Lesson study start with goal setting, which means lesson study start with question. Question from teachers. Teacher thinking about educational goal and the reality of children, then they set the goal. That is a quite important part of lesson study. This is one of the examples, mathematics teaching that support students to explain their ideas to each other and learn from each other. This is kind of example. Now lesson planning. Almost all international journals ignore this part. This is kind of top secret, what we are doing. So I wrote the journal. I wrote a paper about what we are doing, what Japanese teachers, when they're planning the lesson, what they are doing 2 years ago. This is a case data. I used this school. This is a lesson plan, many corrections, and then this is the final lesson plan, quite detailed, related units in previous and the following grades also. Yeah, and detailed questions, what teacher ask and what do you expect. Quite a detailed description. Now research lesson. Teachers from school-based lesson study, one class stay, their class dismiss. Can you do that? United States, they say very difficult. But Japan, one class stay, the other class dismiss, and every teacher coming to watch that lesson. Research lesson, yeah. And the research lesson is particularly mathematics. Only one task given. It's a problem-solving lesson. So if you introduce lesson study in Thailand, maybe research lesson, your way of teaching, maybe. Thai way of teaching, maybe, could be. But surprisingly, now lesson study spread in the world, United States, England, whatever. But they try to adapt Japanese way of teaching mathematics, problem-solving lesson. I don't know why. Maybe quite impressive. Only one task for one lesson. Problem-solving lesson. And then post-lesson discussion followed. They're talking about the mathematics education, whatever. You know, this is a case study, post-lesson discussion, reflected by the teacher who taught the lesson and many questions. Quite active, yeah. And then knowledgeable others is a key person, give the final comment. Like English people say they are lacking of final commentator. I usually, I'm quite busy to invited to give a final talk, sometimes 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But that person is quite critical. Then reflection. The teacher write report. Sometimes they sell the book. I mean, American people say this is rare case. Name of the school, author's name is the school. How many? Okay. So lesson study, teachers collaborate with their colleagues to develop shared long-term goals for their student, to plan and conduct a research lesson designed to achieve these goals. So lesson planning is quite important. In my case study, sometimes 3 months they spend for one lesson. Only one lesson for mathematics. 4 times, 5 times, 6 times they get together. And then even what teachers exactly say, they check the wording and then anticipated student solutions. They discuss it quite profoundly, deeply. Then to be taught by a teacher in the school, one class stay, the other class dismissed, to be observed by colleagues, including even a school nurse, nutrition, and then external participants. And the school-based, district-wide, national-wide, there are 3 types, but most of them are school-based. So it's quite simple. Japanese lesson study is 5 components, and then particularly research lesson in mathematics is a problem-solving lesson. So let's talk about problem-solving lesson a bit more. Okay. By the way, typical misconception about lesson study. Observing a live lesson is lesson study? No. Lesson study is a kind of workshop? No. Lesson study is for improving teaching skill? Maybe part of, eventually, but not aim to. Structured problem solving, particularly in mathematics, is just solving a task. This is quite a serious misconception. Should a research lesson always be retaught? Yeah, this is a typical misconception. And then this is Zambia. For research lesson 1 and reflection research lesson 2. They force them to do 2 research lessons. To Japanese eye, it's awful. And then I mean, if a student different, its a reaction is different. Anyway, but anyhow. Okay, skip this one. Then talk about mathematics lesson in Japan, particularly elementary school, problem solving lesson. Present problem for the day, only one task given, maybe 5 minutes. And problem solving by student, maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And then comparing and discussion, solutions is compared. And then summarize. It's simple. Yes, but can you imagine what they are doing? If one task is given, okay, student start to solve the task. What would you do as a teacher? Any idea? You know what I mean? Can you translate to them? One task is given, which should be interesting one, mathematically rich one, and then student start to solving a task. If you are teacher, what you would do? Yeah.
Hello โอเคได้ยินแล้วนะคะก็professor ฟูจินะคะก็พยายามอธิบายนะคะแกเป็น professor ทางด้านคณิตศาสตร์ด้วยนะคะเพราะฉะนั้นก็คือถามนะคะว่าจริงๆแล้วของญี่ปุ่นเนี่ยของ lesson study หรือว่ากระบวนการจัดการเรียนชั้นเรียนเนี่ยค่ะก็คือจะเวลาคุยกันของครูเนี่ยจะใช้แค่บทเรียนเดียวเท่านั้นไม่ได้หลายบทเรียนนะคะแค่บทเรียนเดียวแล้วก็นี่ก็คือที่เขาพยายามอธิบายนี่คือกระบวนการนะคะว่าใน1บทเรียนถ้าจะทำเนี่ยเพื่อทำ LS ร่วมกันเนี่ยคืออะไรนะคะอันแรกก็คือเขาก็บอกว่าก็คือตั้งคำถามก่อนนะคะว่าตั้งคำถามขึ้นมาแล้วก็เพื่อให้เข้าใจหัวข้อหลังจากนั้นเขาก็จะให้นักเรียนเนี่ยเป็นคนถาม
Yeah, well, teacher is very busy at that time. First of all, he or she has a note. When they plan the lesson, they expect what kind of solution coming up. Incorrect one, nice one, whatever. Maybe, I don't know, 5, 7, 8 solutions they anticipated. So teacher have to check which one they are doing. And then sometimes you find very new solutions, new strategies. You have to take a memo. That busy time. Yeah.
ก็คือเขาบอกว่าครูก็จะยุ่งนะคะแต่ว่านักเรียนเนี่ยเวลาตอนที่นักเรียนเขาทำโจทย์มาให้ค่ะแค่โจทย์เดียวเนี่ยบางทีจะวิธีการแก้ไขปัญหาโจทย์เนี่ยได้หลายแบบเพราะเด็กเขาทำกันใช่ไหมก็คือกระจายให้เด็กทำครูก็คือต้องรวบรวมวิธีการของเด็กมาแล้วมาคุยกันนะคะ
Then also slow learners, fast learners, you have to give a comment.
ก็มีทั้งเด็กที่เรียนช้าเรียนเร็วอะไรเงี้ยค่ะก็ต้องช่วยกันฟีดแบ็กในกลุ่มคุณครูเองนะคะ
And then which solution first to let them to explain? Which is the next? You have to think about the scenario or presentation.
You mean teachers, right?
No, the student explain. Which student first?
Okay.
Which student second? Yeah.
แล้วหลังจากนั้นคุณครูพอเห็นโจทย์เด็กว่าเด็กทุกคนคำนวณโจทย์มายังไงใช่ไหมคะก็คือเด็กที่คิดเลขเร็วคิดเลขช้าเนี่ยสุดท้ายเนี่ยให้เด็กค่ะเป็นคนบอกวิธีการของเขาเองว่าทำยังไงที่คิดวิธีคิดแบบเนี้ยคิดมายังไงนะคะ
Yeah. So for teacher it's very difficult, particularly student teacher, they can do that. And very difficult for them to do.
ถ้าเป็นนักศึกษาฝึกงานก็จะยากหน่อยที่จะทำวิธีนี้นะคะ
Okay. Example. Task is, one of the example, task is like this, like L-shape figure. After they learned the formula of area to get rectangle square, then this is one task. Okay? Yeah. This is the example of the task. But carefully chosen. Length, shape is carefully chosen. Yeah. This is just quick. 2 minutes more. At Chulalongkorn University attached school, elementary school, they used this task. as a research lesson. So this is at Chulalongkorn University Attached School, fourth graders. You see. They're given the task like this, and then I'm quite impressed. They solve, they are quite a good thinker, they are. But yeah, something like this, they're quite good. But you know, Thai teacher, Japanese teacher taking memo, can you see? But Thai teacher, just talking each other. You see, that surprised us too. See? That surprised us too. And then first solution, 48 minus 30. Can you guess? And we ask teachers, not these children explain her answer. Friends have to interpret this mathematical solution. That's the basic strategy to compare and discuss. Can you guess where the 48 coming from? That surprised us too. あれ大丈夫かな Anyhow. Okay. And then second one is good. Count each square. That's beautiful solution. Yes? 2 times 3 plus 6 times 2. Third one. And then I watched this card actually. Blanket. Nothing there. But any 4 solutions, 5, 8, still blanket. Quite a lot, 10. Then lesson finished. That surprised us too. They never compare and discuss. Solutions coming up, never discuss. That surprised us too. No summary. What she wrote eventually, 8 times 6 minus 30 and question mark. For instance, that solution, that one, 3 parts, have to connect with the other solution. 4 times 6 multiply 3/4 needed to connect. For instance, that will deepen their understanding of the task. So, by the way, 48 coming from the whole shape. Yeah? Okay. Can you have a sort of image of the research lesson and then lesson study cycle? And what we are doing this, one class stay, the other class dismiss, watch the research lesson and post-lesson discussion. Then afterwards, most important part is, where is it? I should put somewhere. Yeah. After hard work, you need beers. Thank you.
Professor Fuji, thank you so much for a very rich information on lesson studies, and you have provided us very concrete example, and related to situation in Thailand as well. There has always been so much to learn from Japanese education system. ค่ะก็Professor Fuji นะคะอาจารย์ฟูจิก็ได้จบเรื่องของการนำเสนอไปนะคะขออนุญาตสรุป ประเด็นสำคัญที่ท่านอาจารย์ฟูจิได้พูดให้กับคุณครูทุกท่านนะคะก็คิดว่าประเด็นแรกนะคะก็คือเรื่องของตัว lesson study นะคะหรือ LS ที่เรารู้จักกันเนี่ยจริงๆภาษาไทยอาจจะเรียกว่ากระบวนการเรียนรู้ในการจัดบทเรียนนะคะเป็นกระบวนการนะคะก็ของญี่ปุ่นเนี่ยก็มีการใช้มายาวนานนะคะ120 กว่าปีนะคะแล้วก็จุดเริ่มต้นเนี่ยของการใช้ LS เนี่ยเขาใช้ชื่อย่อแล้วกันนะคะว่า LS เนี่ยก็คือเป็นสิ่งที่ครูทำเองนะคะครูที่ญี่ปุ่นเนี่ยทำเองไม่ได้เป็นนโยบายหรือว่ามีงบประมาณสนับสนุนให้นะคะจริงๆประเทศไทยก็อาจจะโชคดีนะคะที่เราได้มีนโยบายตรงนี้ช่วยหนุนด้วยนะคะแต่ว่าในจุดเริ่มต้นของ LS ที่ญี่ปุ่นเนี่ยคือคุณครูเริ่มเองนะคะแล้วก็รวมไปถึงนะคะก็หลังจากนั้นเนี่ยแล้วบทเรียน LS ของญี่ปุ่นได้รับความสนใจยังไงนะคะเขาก็ได้โชว์หนังสือเล่มหนึ่งถ้าทุกท่านจำได้นะคะที่ว่า The Teaching Gap นะคะเป็นหนังสือเล่มนั้นนะคะที่ให้เห็นนะคะว่าเรื่องของแนวคิด LS เนี่ยก็ได้แพร่หลายไปในหลายประเทศนะคะเนื่องมาจากว่าตัวญี่ปุ่นเองเนี่ยถ้าเรารู้กันก็คือว่ามีคะแนนสอบระดับนานาชาติเนี่ยเป็นอันดับต้นๆของโลกนะคะเขาก็ยกตัวอย่างการสอบทิมที่เป็นข้อสอบวิทย์คณิตของเด็กญี่ปุ่นก็ได้เป็นอันดับต้นๆของโลกนะคะแล้วก็ได้ย้ำถึงกระบวนการ LS นะคะว่ามี5กระบวนการที่สำคัญมากนะคะกระบวนการที่1ก็คือเรื่องของการตั้งเป้าหมายร่วมกันของครูของนักเรียนเนี่ยสำคัญมากก็คือต้องมีวางเป้าหมายของนักเรียนร่วมกันว่าอยากให้นักเรียนเนี่ยบรรลุผลการเรียนหรือผลสำเร็จในเรื่องอะไรนะคะแล้วก็ด้วยวิธีการที่ร่วมกันของครูนะคะแล้วก็ LS ต่างจากวิธีการทั่วไปก็คือเริ่มจากการตั้งคำถามของครูเองก่อนว่าจะสอนเด็กให้ดีขึ้นยังไงในเรื่องนี้นะคะแล้วก็เขาเน้นเรื่องของกระบวนการที่2คือเรื่องของการออกแบบบทเรียนร่วมกันของครูเนี่ยสำคัญมากเมื่อกี้ที่เขายกตัวอย่างนะคะแล้วก็เรื่องของมีการสังเกตจากบุคลากรภายนอกโรงเรียนด้วยไม่ใช่แค่ครูในโรงเรียนนะคะแล้วก็มีการรีเฟล็กกันด้วยแล้วก็ประเด็นสุดท้ายนะคะจะย่อนิดนึงก็คือเรื่องของเขาได้ยกตัวอย่างเมื่อกี้ถ้าเห็นตัวอย่างสุดท้ายคือตัวอย่างของโรงเรียนสาธิตที่จุฬานะคะก็คือคุณอาจารย์ฟูจิเนี่ยก็ไปลองสอนคณิตศาสตร์ที่โรงเรียนที่สาธิตจุฬานะคะแล้วก็เขาก็ได้สะท้อนบทเรียนสำคัญหลายอย่างนะคะเขาบอกว่าซึ่งเราน่าจะได้เรียนรู้ได้เยอะนะคะเขาบอกว่าหนึ่งก็ที่เขาเห็นก็คือว่าคุณครูก็จะไม่ได้จดจ้องกับนักเรียนเท่าไหร่หรือไม่ได้จดนะคะแต่ว่าคุยกันเองอะไรเงี้ยเขาก็บอกเขาก็ตกใจเหมือนกันนะคะแล้วก็เรื่องของตัวนักเรียนบางคนเนี่ยก็ไม่นักเรียนทุกคนไม่ได้มีส่วนร่วมเท่าไหร่มีบางคนที่อาจจะถูกทิ้งเอาไว้อะไรเงี้ยนะคะไม่ได้ทำโจทย์นะคะแล้วก็เรื่องของตัวการสะท้อนนะคะว่าวิธีคิดของเด็กแต่ละคนเขาให้โจทย์คณิตศาสตร์เดียวกันเนี่ยโจทย์เดียวกันแต่ให้เด็กทุกคนทำเนี่ยแต่สุดท้ายเนี่ยผลวิธีการอาจจะไม่เหมือนกันแต่ผลเท่ากันผลเหมือนคำตอบเหมือนกันนะคะแต่วิธีการไม่เหมือนกันเนี่ยคุณครูก็อาจจะไม่ได้มาชวนให้เด็กมาบอกว่าวิธีคิดเขาเป็นยังไงอะไรเงี้ยนะคะนี่คือกระบวนการที่อาจารย์ฟูจิได้ไปสังเกตเห็นในโรงเรียนสาธิตนะคะก็คิดว่าแกอยากแลกเปลี่ยนมากกว่าอาจารย์เขาอยากแลกเปลี่ยนว่านี่คือวิธีที่ได้เห็นภาพจริงในโรงเรียนของเรานะคะซึ่งก็คิดว่าน่าจะตั้งคำถามหลายๆคำถามให้กับคุณครูในห้องนี้ด้วยนะคะว่าถ้าเกิดเราจะทำ LS ให้ได้ผลดีเนี่ยเราต้องคำนึงถึงเรื่องอะไรบ้างนะคะคิดว่าน่าจะเป็นประโยชน์กับทุกท่านจากประสบการณ์จริงในห้องเรียนที่ได้อาจารย์ฟูจิได้ถ่ายทอดมาด้วยนะคะ I think I already summarized them in Thai what Professor Fuji has said so I think we also have experience from another country, which are quite in the same region with Thailand as well, So please, Professor Eko, the floor is yours, and you'll be talking about Indonesian practices and experiences on teacher development. The floor is yours.
How many minutes?
15 minutes, please.
15 minutes, okay. So, good afternoon all. Good afternoon. Still awake? Good. In these 15 minutes, I will share our experience. It's about 1 year ago, I was assigned by the Teacher Association of Indonesia to develop a special center for professional learning center with this very focused activities. What is the reason behind the development of these centers? It's very simple. As teachers, we have to prepare our students to face the future. The problem is we don't know what happened in the future. We never live in the future. We know the tendency, we can predict the trend, we can guess what is going to happen, but we don't really know what will be happening in the next 5, 10, even 15 years. So with this regards, the association, we are trying to develop a special center where we are trying to bring the future into the classroom. So how this is established? Actually, the philosophy is simple. My generation, when I was born, the concept of school were coming in my mind before the concept of internet. That is my generation, the X generation. But my son's generation, when he was born, the concept of internet came first before the concept of school. So if we were born and the concept of internet became the first thing we know before the concept of school, do you think the school is going to be like today? So that is actually the principle behind this idea. If the today's generations is born and they see internet first, maybe the way they develop schools, even campus, will be totally different. So we established a very small center, November 2017, in Jakarta. In the one floor, we dedicate to do the experiment of the future by bringing all staff from other countries and also from Indonesia, do the research together and look, analyze, evaluate what's happening. The Teacher Association of Indonesia, they have more than 3,000 schools. The total of school in Indonesia is 300,000. 3,000 belongs to the Association of the Teachers, and we have 52 campuses. So who do the research? The campus of the 52 campus, and the laboratory is the 3,000 plus schools. And they are conducting the research in this area. What will be the result of this research, is the collective research, is the concept of education 4.0. Most of the thing that we are doing right now is still on the education 3.0. We talk about the YouTube, we talk about the social media, we are talking about the OER, MOOCs. It's all the concept of 3.0. What is the concept of 4.0 then? If all of the physical things already attached to a sensors, the shoes of the teachers, the chairs in the classroom, if everything was put a sensor on it, and we can learn how the classroom is operated, and those big data will be used as a feedback for the learning process. So this education 4.0, we are focusing on building a smart school, where inside the smart school we have to learn about smart teaching, smart learning, smart management of the school, and smart operation. These four things is the prerequisite things that the teachers of today should have. The first one is the digital mindset. The second one is the digital literacy, digital competency, then digital transformation. Why the digital mindset is very, very important? I ask most of the teachers in the classroom, how many % of the content that you are delivering in your class that you cannot find it in YouTube? And most of the teachers said, everything is in the YouTube. So my question is, if everything is in the YouTube, why you teach it in the class? You have to do something else. And I also asked other professors in the universities, how many % of the thing that you deliver in the class, you cannot find it in the YouTube? I said, Oh, many things in the YouTube. Even in the YouTube, the way they deliver it is much better than yourself. So what is the roles of the teachers then? That is the digital mindset. I told to when I come to the class, I always think that my students are smarter than me. Because if I think I'm smarter than them, it will be a very hard situation because they are faster than me. But the teachers is wiser than the students. I give you the example. This is the real examples. There is a professor teaching the first semester of the class, and he take the marker. He want to try to give the definition of biology. When the professor writing the definition of the biology, some of the students raising the hand. He said to the professor, "Professor, your definition is the definition from the 1980s. I have the definition from the 21st century." What the professor should say. But this professor is very wise professor. He said this to the students. "You are right, my son. I'm about to tell you the history of the definition. From the 80, 90, 2000, blah, blah, blah." There's a digital mindset. If we don't have the same mindset, forget the transformation. Because we will become frustrated. But if we know how we should behave as the teachers, everything will be great. So this is the 4 things that we are focusing for Indonesian teachers. And in order to do that, we do the training, we do the research, we do the consultancy, we do the simulation, we even have the production house, technology hubs, and digital repository. What area of research are we focusing on? 4 things. Learning environment, the new learning resource, the new learning process, the new learning pedagogy, the new learning tools, the new learning management, the new learning space, and the new learning agents. And if you break down into this research, we have so many new things. We are talking about Internet of Things, big data, cloud for education, blockchain for the education, all those kind of things become our research. So this is the type of the research, and this is the research that we are doing. Now come to the next question. Most of the state-of-the-art tools, most of the state are not within the territory of schools. How you are going to pay it? Because teacher association, they don't have enough money. So what we do is, we are using the public-private partnerships mechanism. I'll give you the examples. We have partners from Microsoft, from Cisco, from Oracle, that every year through their CSR, for examples, give us some grants. But the problem with the grants, you can only teach 80 teachers. With one program, you can only teach 200 teachers. So I go visit them one by one, and I ask them, stop spending your money by using program-based activities. Give it the money to the center and let the other teachers enjoy these facilities eternally. So these centers become the training center for everybody. Our dream is to have this one in every province, but we have to start from Jakarta to make the concept proven, and then we can copy to other cities. From this year, this is still new kids on the block, just 1 year. Things that we already done, number 1 is Indonesia Digital Learning. Indonesia Digital Learning is we are teaching the teachers how to create self-instructional materials, how to create with the instructional design that link with today's digital pedagogy. The second one, we also have the MOOC for the teacher. This is for the teacher, from the teacher, by the teachers. The massive open online course. And case number 3, we also have the proficiency certification. This is an e-certificate. Anytime, anywhere, the teachers can just bring up their notebooks or even handphones, log in and do the self-testing. If their grades more than 70s, they will have e-certifications coming from the ministry, from the industry, even from the practitioners, and from other peoples or other institutions who want to help teachers. And we also have the repository of open educational resources. Many teachers are writing books. The K-12 books, for example, more than 3,000 books already bought by the government and distributed for freely under the Creative Commons license. We put it in the open education resources, everybody can just download it. We even have the videos repository. Why? Because there are so many teachers who are good in teaching, but he or she is located in the remote area. So we ask them to share their experience. So during teaching, the students take the video and share to other people. Because maybe in one school you have a good physics teachers but bad biology teachers. In other schools you have a good biology teachers but bad in the English teachers. So we share experience here. This is the existing research that we are doing with the government of China. We create the digital smart board. The digital smart board is not for the modern schools. We are targeted for the schools in the remote area. Why? Because they don't have a connection of the internet. So this digital smart board, it can be connected to the internet, but it can be working also standalone. Because inside we put all the books required, inside we put all the virtual laboratorium inside, especially physics laboratory, math, science, biology, and chemistry. So we are doing this research, and we also give this research, the parents like this one, national exam test drive. Because every time the parents ask the children, are you prepared for the national exam? All the children say yes. But the parents not so sure whether they are really ready or not. Through this one, the parents will know how ready the students are. And last but not least is a mobile digital library that can be enjoyed by any schools. The next cases, the next projects with the Microsoft, Wikipedia, and Anglia, and Kompas. Kompas is the Indonesian newspaper. With the Wikipedia, we will increase the literacy of the teachers so that they like to write some things. Most of the teachers like to read, don't like to write. They like to download, they don't like to upload. So we teach them how to write and upload your masterpiece. If you want to be remembered by your grandchildren or grandchildren, great-grandchildren, you have to write. Because if you write in the internet, they will know who are the ancestors. Anglia is an English institution from the Europe. We will work with them developing a mobile learning just for Indonesia so that they are good in doing the conversation and pronunciation in English. We are pretty good in reading, not good in writing. Now we need it for conversation, for communication. And with the Microsoft, we will doing also some works on using the application for increase the productivity. And Kompas is the Indonesian, the biggest newspapers. They have a good collection of videos about the Indonesia exactly like the National Geography. So we will use it for the history things. That's all about it. And the next one we will do this digital classroom project, digital public library project, streaming television project, and coding schools project. Last statement, wise man said, there is no way teachers will be replaced by the technology, but teachers who are not using technology will soon be replaced. So I close my remark, my sharing with this one. And Indonesia are looking for collaboration with other countries, especially with Thailand, with Japan, with Turkey. Why? Because we know that in today's ecosystem environment, to make the quality of education increase, we have to collaborate and work together. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing us with the model of 21st century learning and teaching environment. I think we have learned a great deal about how Indonesia is moving forward too, and how they're preparing their future teachers and current teachers as well. Let me summarize your points in Thai for the Thai audience. ก็ขออนุญาตสรุปนะคะว่าอาจารย์เอ็กโคนะคะก็มาจากอินโดนีเซียนะคะจริงๆท่านก็ทำงานหลายด้านนะคะทั้งภาครัฐภาคเอกชนเป็นที่ปรึกษาให้ทางกระทรวงศึกษาธิการด้วยนะคะก็ได้นำเสนอประเด็นสำคัญนะคะที่คิดว่าประเทศไทยของเราเองก็กำลังเผชิญอยู่นะคะก็คือเรื่องของความก้าวหน้าของเทคโนโลยีที่มันมีมากขึ้นนะคะแล้วบทบาทของคุณครูเองเนี่ยจะเป็นอย่างไรต่อไปนะคะจะต้องมีการเตรียมความพร้อมยังไงนะคะก็ได้นำเสนอโมเดลของอินโดนีเซียนะคะว่าด้วยบริบทที่มันเปลี่ยนไปเทคโนโลยีที่มันก้าวหน้าขึ้นแล้วก็ข้อมูลมันหลากหลายขึ้นเนี่ยเด็กก็สามารถเข้าถึงข้อมูลได้โดยที่บางทีครูไม่ต้องสอนด้วยซ้ำนะคะทีนี้อินโดนีเซียเนี่ยเขาจัดการกับเรื่องนี้ยังไงเขากำลังเตรียมครูหรือพัฒนาครูยังไงนะคะก็หลักๆนะคะคือเขาก็พูดถึงว่าเขาได้มีการตั้งศูนย์อัจฉริยะขึ้นมานะคะที่อินโดนีเซียนะคะโดยศูนย์อัจฉริยะนี้ก็มีหน้าที่นะคะในการเตรียมความพร้อมให้กับคุณครูนะคะโดยเขาก็ย้ำประเด็นหนึ่งซึ่งเหมือนของไทยเลยนะคะคือว่าปัจจุบันนี้คือการศึกษาคือโลกมันหมุนไปเราเรียกว่าเป็นอุตสาหกรรมยุค 4.0 แล้วแต่การศึกษามันใช่ 4.0 จริงๆหรือเปล่านะคะนี่ก็คิดว่าเป็นคำถามที่ประเทศไทยเราก็ถามกันอยู่เหมือนกันนะคะก็ทีนี้เขาทำอะไรนะคะเขาก็เตรียมครูโดยการมุ่งไปในเรื่องของ4เรื่องเขาบอก4สมาร์ทนะคะเขาบอกว่าก็คือสมาร์ททีชชิ่งก็คือว่าการเรียนการสอนก็ต้องสมาร์ทด้วยนะคะแล้วก็เรื่องของการเลิร์นนิ่งของเด็กเองก็คือการเรียนรู้ของเด็กก็ต้องสมาร์ทด้วยแล้วก็เรื่องของการจัดการหรือ management ก็ต้องสมาร์ทเหมือนกันนะคะแล้วก็สุดท้ายก็คือเรื่องของ operation ก็คือเรื่องของวิธีการที่จะทำให้มันเกิดขึ้นก็ต้องมีวิธีการที่สมาร์ทด้วยเช่นกันนะคะแล้วก็เน้นย้ำถึงทักษะว่าทักษะที่จะเตรียมให้คุณครูไปสู่โลกเทคโนโลยีที่เปลี่ยนแปลงไปแล้วก็บทบาทการเรียนการสอนนี่เขาก็จะเน้นตั้งแต่ mindset ขึ้นมานะคะว่าวิธีคิดก็ต้องเป็นอีกแบบไม่ใช่วิธีคิดแบบเดิมที่เราจะให้ความรู้เด็กเป็นหลักนะคะแต่ว่าเรากำลังบอกว่าจะทำให้เด็กเนี่ยหาความรู้ได้ด้วยตัวเองได้ยังไงเรื่องของ mindset สำคัญนะคะเรื่องของทักษะก็เหมือนกันทักษะของคุณครูในการใช้เทคโนโลยีเมื่อกี้ประโยคสุดท้ายนี่สำคัญนะคะบอกว่าเทคโนโลยีเนี่ยจะไม่มาแทนที่คุณครูหรอกแต่ว่าถ้าคุณครูเนี่ยไม่ใช้เทคโนโลยีเนี่ยสุดท้ายคุณครูก็จะหายไปเองนะคะอันนี้ก็คือประเด็นที่เขาฝากทิ้งท้ายเอาไว้นะคะก็คิดว่าทุกท่านก็น่าจะได้เรียนรู้ประสบการณ์โมเดลของอินโดนีเซียนะคะที่เขากำลังขับเคลื่อนอยู่นะคะก็ I think I already finished all the summarize. We still have one presenter and he actually come from quite far away from here and so I give the floor to you Mr. Selvi and Mr. Osman, please.
Sayın Başkan, değerli arkadaşlar, sabahtan açılıştan bu yana yapılan konuşmalardan gerçekten çok faydalı, istifadeli konuşmalar dinledik. Ben de bir sendikacı gözüyle farklı bir boyutu da dikkate alan bir sunum yapmak istiyorum.
So first of all, I would like to thank all the participants to attend this symposium. So, and the previous speakers here, they have mentioned good points and remarks on academic field and about lesson study and PLC and smart the learning. Here, I will try to look at the education from trade union and labor, the movement perspective. I will try to highlight some point on education and what we do in Turkey.
Umarım faydalı olur.
I hope that it will be helpful for you as well.
Gerçekleştirdiğimiz bu önemli organizasyon için emeği geçenlere teşekkür ediyorum. Güzel ve faydalı olanın yaygınlaşması, yeniliklerin yaşamımıza olumlu etki yapabilmesi için bu tür faaliyetlere ve karşılıklı iletişime ihtiyaç vardır.
So first of all, again, I would like to thank warmly to those who contributed to this important symposium. I strongly believe in that there is a need for such activities and mutual communication between labor movement and between us in order for good and beneficial to spread and the innovations to have a positive effect on our lives.
Şüphesiz bir şeyi bilmek için bizzat şahsımızın tecrübe etmesi, keşfetmesi gerekmez. Tecrübe ve bilginin paylaşılması, nesilden nesile aktarılması son derece önemlidir. Biz de bugün bunu gerçekleştirmeye çalışıyoruz.
It's surely beyond doubt that it is not necessary to experience personally to know and discover something. To actually sharing of experience and knowledge and handing down it to the next generations are crucial. And we are trying to make it happen today.
İnsan hayatı, evren, bilgi hiçbir zaman durağan olmadı. Hep hareketliydi ve sürekli yeni araştırmalar, üretilen araçlar ve iletişim unsurları, keşifler bize yeni imkanlar ve fırsatlar sunuyor.
The human life, the universe, and the knowledge have never been static, but rather have always been active and on the process. In this context, new research and produced tools, communication factors, and discoveries constantly provide us with new possibilities and opportunities.
O zaman şu soruyu hepimiz sormalı, cevabını bulmalıyız. Yaşadığımız bir tercih mi yoksa süreç mi? Tercih ise kişilerin isteğine bağlı. Dileyen tercih eder, dileyense tercih etmez. Yaşanan süreçse bunu doğru okuyanlar ve gerekeni yapanlar sürecin aktörü olur, yönetir, fırsat ve imkanlara kavuşur.
In this regard, we should address this question to ourselves. Are the experiences a preference or a process? If a preference, it depends on the wishes of the people whether they want to do or not. If a process, those who follow the process and do what is necessary will become an actor of the process and manage it and reach these new opportunities.
Süreci anlamayanlar gelişmelere ilgisiz kalır, rutini bozmaz, gün geçtikçe güçsüzleşir, erir, tükenir, kaybolan meslekler ve meslektaşlar grubuna katılır.
Those who do not comprehend the process become weaker and weaker with each passing day and be part of the lost professions group.
Bize yaşananlar sorunlarla birlikte bir süreçtir. Hepimiz bunu doğru okumalı, anlaşılması için öğrencilerimizi, yurttaşlarımızı, insanlığı doğru bilgilendirmeli ve aydınlatmalıyız. Çözüm, farkındalık oluşturmaktır.
In our opinion, these experiences are totally a process together with its problem, of course. We all are supposed to understand it correctly. At the same time, we are also supposed to inform and illuminate our students, citizens, and all humanity in order to be better understood. And the solution is, of course, to create awareness.
Son 200 yılda sisteme hükmeden aktörler, bilgi ve para kaynaklarına erişimde farkındalık oluşturma yerine diğerleri olarak gördüklerini zayıf düşürmek amacıyla paylaşımcı olmadılar.
In the last 2 centuries, dominant actors in the system opted for to be selfish in order to weaken those what they see as others rather than to create the awareness for accession to resources.
Yıllar içerisinde gelir dağılımında makas gittikçe açıldı. Maalesef insanlık süslü cümlelerin büyüsünden kurtulunca olup bitenin bir sömürü düzeninden başka bir şey oluşturmadığını gözlemliyor. Hatta aktör ülkelerin kendi halkında bile büyük gelir farklılıklarının nedenleri sorgulanıyor.
Over the years, the gap and inequality on the distribution of income has steadily increased. Unfortunately, as mankind gets rid of tricks of fancy words, it is observed that it creates nothing more than more than an order of exploitation. Even these actors' countries are being questioned by their own people over the reasons for inequalities on the distribution of income.
Bir örnek verecek olursak, bugün dünyanın en zengin ve gelişmiş ülkesi olarak kabul edilen Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'nde 50 milyon insan sosyal güvenlikten mahrum olarak hayatını sürdürüyor.
As an example, over 50 million people in the United States, the richest and most developing country in the world, today's world, maintain their lives with the deprivation of social security.
Gayri safi milli hasıladan aldığı pay dikkate alındığında olup biten şey alt gelir grubunu oluşturan en geniş kitle için aslında zenginlerin malını hesap etmekten ibarettir.
And for them, the GDP is in fact nothing more than calculating the wealth of wealthy for the lower income group, which is the widest mass of American people.
İnovasyon, yenileşme doğru paylaşımcı bir yöntemle yönetilirse hayatımız kolaylaşır, herkes için katkıya dönüşür. Aksi halde yenmenin aracı olursa toplumun yaşam kalitesini bozar, gettolaşmaya yol açar. Çözüm eğitimde ve yenileşmededir.
If innovation is managed by the correct policies and the spirit of sharing, our lives becomes easier and it becomes a contribution to everyone, of course. Otherwise, if it becomes a tool of defeating others, it destroys the quality of life of society and leads to ghettoization.
Eğitimde toplam kalite öne çıkarılmalı, yaşamımızda ise insanca yaşam herkesin hakkıdır düşüncesiyle adım atılması gerekir.
Of course, the solution is in education and innovation. We should take a step with the motto of total quality in education and decent life are everyone's right.
Bunun standardı her ferdin satın alma paritesi olarak açlık sınır üzerinde bir gelire kavuşturulmasıdır.
Of course, the standard here is that every individual's purchasing power should reach a wage above the hunger limit.
Şu anda benim ülkemde dahil hiçbir ülkede tüm toplumun açlık sınırı üzerinde bir gelire kavuşturulduğunu görmüyoruz.
Now, we don't see that in any country, including in my country, there is no income above the hunger limit.
Bunu eğitimle, bilgilendirme ve tanıtım yoluyla başarabiliriz.
It surely creates a huge problem for our societies. However, we can overcome these issues through education and information and production as well.
Bizler oluşturacağımız ortak zeminlerde olup bitenleri, geleceği müzakere etmeli, eğitim politikalarının şekillenmesine katkı vermeliyiz. Bugün de bunu yapıyoruz.
We should create a common grounds and negotiate the future and contribution to the shaping educational policies. And today, here in this symposium, we are doing that.
Kıymetli arkadaşlar, para ve bilginin dönüşümü ve gelişimi kadar paylaşımının da önemli olduğu gerçeğini kabul ederek çalışmalarımızı sürdürmeliyiz.
We are supposed to maintain our struggle and works by acknowledging the fact that the sharing of income, wealth and knowledge is important as much as transformation and development of it.
Bugün yaşadığımız sorunların önemli bir kısmında gerek bireyler gerekse ülkeler arasında bilgiye erişim, geliştirme, yenileşme veya yeni süreçlere direnme ve adaptasyon sorunu vardır.
In a significant part of the problems we face today, there is a problem of access to information, development, innovation, resistance to new process, and adaptation between individuals and countries.
Bunun önemli bir kısmında geleneğe bağlılık ve hükümlü olabilir. Ancak en temel sorun bilgiye erişimde yaşanan zorluklar, ketum olma, gizlilik ve tekelciliktir.
An important part of this maybe depends on tradition and imitation. However, the most fundamental problems are the difficulties in accessing information, secrecy, and monopoly as well.
Sebebi de özel bilgi yoluyla üretilenin oluşturduğu farktır. Neredeyse her şey bir üstünlük kurma aracına dönüşmüş durumda.
In today's words, almost everything has been turned into a tool to get an edge over the others.
Bugünkü dünyada üstünlüğü elde edenler diğerleri olarak saydıklarını değersiz ikinci sınıf olarak tanımlıyor, ötekileştiriyor, mültecileri asalak olarak görüyor. Halbuki hepimizin kabul etmesi gereken şey insanca yaşamın hepimizin hakkı olduğu gerçeğidir.
Those who gain supremacy in today's world regard others as worthless and second class. They see refugees as parasites. However, what we all have to accept is the fact that decent life is the right of all of us.
Uluslararası kurumlar makası daraltmak, eşitsizlikleri gidermek için inisiyatif alması gerekirken maalesef ya yetersiz kalıyor veya gücün elinde tutanlarla beraber hareket ediyor.
While international institutions are supposed to take the initiative to get rid of inequalities, unfortunately they are either being inadequate or taking side with those who hold the powers.
Dezavantajlı kesimlerinin sorununu minimize etmek için daha fazla inisiyatif almalıyız.
We must take further initiative to minimize the problem of disadvantaged group.
Doğal afetler, fakirlik, ülkeler arası sorunlar ve iç savaşların en mağdurları çağ nüfusuyla birlikte eğitim alamayan, emsalleriyle rekabet edemeyen öğrencilerdir.
The victims of natural disaster, poverty, interstate conflict and civil wars are those who cannot receive education and cannot compete with their peers.
Bu mağduriyeti gidermek, probleminin çözümünü öncelemek insanlık ailesi adına hepimizin görevidir.
It is our duty for the human family to end this grievance and to resolve the problem.
Bunun için başarmak zorunda olduğumuz şeylerden bazılarını şöyle sıralayabiliriz.
For this reason we can list what we have to achieve.
Eğitimde ortak standartlar üretilmeli, maddi imkanlar ölçüsünde yaygın bir şekilde uygulanmalıdır.
Common standards should be produced in education and should be applied widely to extent of financial possibilities.
Hem öğretmenlerin hem de eğitim ortamı uygulamalarının öğretim, teknik, yöntem ve sistemi tecrübe paylaşımı ve eğitimiyle güçlendirmeliyiz.
We must strengthen the teaching technique, methods and system of education teachers as well as the educational environment practice through sharing and training of experiences.
Denklik sorunu çözüme kavuşturulmalı, her yerde temel derslerde ve yeterliliklerde birbirine yakın bir başarı skalası oluşturulmalıdır. Ancak bunu ülkelerin kültür birikimlerini yok etmeden, dönüştürmeden başarmalıyız.
The issue of equivalency should be settled and a scale of success should be established in each of the basic courses. But we must do this without transforming the cultural heritage of our countries.
Öğretmenlik mesleği bütün dünyada bir kariyer mesleği olmalı. Öğretmenler öğrenciyi yetiştirme açısından özel hazırlanmalı ve mesleğe katılmalıdır.
So I believe in that the teaching professions must be a career profession all over the world, and teachers should be specially prepared and involved in the professions in terms of raising their students.
Yukarıda oluşturduğumuz eleştirel bakış açısı, tezlerimizin piramitte en üst sınıfı oluşturan kaymak tabakanın talepleriyle değil, geniş kitlelerin yani piramidin bütünü dikkate alınarak eğitim politikalarının belirlenmesi gerektiği düşüncesiyledir.
The critical point of view I just mentioned above is that our thesis should be determined not by the demands of the layer that constitutes the top class of the pyramids, but by considering the broad masses of education policies.
Aksi halde güzel yaptığım birçok şeye rağmen eğitim politikalarında öncelik seçkincilerin taleplerini karşılamaya dönük politikalar olursa bu toplumsal farklılaşmanın, ayrışmanın hatta çatışmanın nedeni olabilir.
Otherwise, despite the many good things we do, priority in education policies, if policies are being met the demands of the elite layer, it may be the cause of the social differentiation, discrimination and even conflict.
Bu konuda emekçilerin, dezavantajlı kesimlerin ümidi olan biz sendikalar daha hassas olmalıyız.
we should be more sensitive to this subject.
Elbette bir konuyu irdelediğimizde ürettiğimiz her şeyin ticari karşılığını düşünmeliyiz. Rekabetçi bir ortamda sizin imal ettiğiniz şey müşteri bulamıyorsa bununla yetinin anlayışı sorunu çözmüyor.
Of course, when we examine the subject thoroughly, we should also think about the commercial value of it. If you cannot find a customer in a competitive environment, what you are manufacturing and understanding of contenting yourself with that do not solve our problems.
Bilgi teknolojisi ve inovasyon hem yöntem hem de uygulama olarak yaşamın bir parçasıdır.
Information technology and innovation are part of life as both methods and practice.
Yetiştirdiğimiz öğrenciler şunun farkında olmalıdır. Kendi gelecekleri için çalıştıkları işletmenin karlılığı, sürdürülebilirliği açısından sıradanlığı, rekabet gücünü kaybettiği ortamda farkı üretenler avantajlı duruma gelecektir.
The student we have trained must be aware of that. Those who produce the differences in an environment where the competitiveness of the ordinary is lost in terms of probability and sustainability of the business for their own future will come to an advantage for them.
Bizim tezimiz bu rekabetin fırsat eşitliği çerçevesinde gerçekleşmesidir.
Our thesis is that this competition takes place within the frame of equality of opportunity.
Türkiye'de biz sendikaların da teşviki ve etkisiyle okullaşmada, temel eğitim ve ortaöğretimde %100'e gelindi. Okulların teknolojik donanıma kavuşması önemsendi.
In Turkey, of course, with the influence and encouragement of trade union and labor movements, a lot of schools were founded both in basic education and secondary education, and technological equipment of this school was also taken care of.
Örneğin akıllı tahta, öğrencilere verilen ders içeriği yüklü tablet, bilgisayarlar ve internet kullanımı büyük oranda yaygınlaştı.
In Turkey, for example, smart boards and course content loaded tablets and internet usage have spread widely. In each school environment, science and technology laboratories were established where many the experiments can be carried out there.
Her okul ortamında pek çok deneyin yapılabildiği fen ve teknoloji laboratuvarları kuruldu.
The Minister of Education provided access to the lesson content and other educational materials.
Milli Eğitim Bakanlığı uzaktan eğitimle ulaşılan ders içeriği ve diğer eğitim materyallerine erişim imkanı sağladı. Bakanlığın genel bütçede payı OECD ortalamasını buldu.
So the ministry's budget share approached the OECD, the average. And of course, the good things on the education were be taken care of the Minister of Education in Turkey.
Teknik eğitimde okullaşmada OECD ortalamasını yakaladık. Hatta geçtik. Mesleki eğitimde ara eleman ihtiyacı artık sorun olmaktan çıktı. Son yıllarda meslek liselerinin fen, matematik, teknoloji ve mühendislik çerçeveli eğitimine yöneldik.
In technical education, we have catched up with the OECD average at the rate of schooling, and even passed them. In recent years, we have mostly focused on teaching science, mathematics, technology, and engineering on the basis of vocational high schools.
Liselere yerleştirmede seçici meslek lise oranlarını diğer lise türlerinin üzerine çıkardık.
The aim here is not to educate a particular school with the special education, but to offer an opportunity that every student can reach.
Kanaatimce imkan ölçüsünde bu yatırımları ve çalışmaları her ülke yapabilir.
In my opinion, this investment and the new opportunities and studies can made by every country as much as possible.
Ancak burada üç temel sorunun varlığı dikkatimizi çekiyor.
However, the presence of three basic problems here draw our attention.
Birincisi, her alanda üretici firmaların, sanayicilerin, onların temsilcilerinin, ülkenin ilgili bakanlıklarının, sendikaların, özellikle eğitim sendikalarının eşgüdüm ve koordinasyon konusundaki yetersizliği var.
The first, the inadequacy of the coordination among the producers, industrialists, and their representative, the relevant minister of the country, trade union, especially education unions.
İkincisi ticari rekabetin yansımasından dolayı bilimsel çalışmaların ve üretilen bilginin paylaşılmasının gizlilikle yürütülmesi.
The secondly, because of the reflection of commercial competition, keeping scientific studies and the producers' information secret and not shared by the others.
Üçüncüsü yatırımlarda tekelciliğin bilgiye erişimin sınırlandırılması.
The third one is to limit the access of information to the monopoly of investment.
Oysa kalite ve yenileşmenin olabilmesi daha çok kişinin rekabete katılabilmesine bağlı.
However, the ability to be quality and innovation depends on the ability of the more people to participate in the competition.
Önerimiz her bireyin aldığı eğitim gençlerimizin yetenekler doğrultusunda iyi bir gelire kavuşması için bir fırsattır.
Our recommendation is that each individual receive training is an opportunity for our young people to get a good chance for good salaries according to their talents.
Bu dünyanın her yerinde mümkün olmalı ve başarılı birey buna kolaylıkla erişebilmeli.
This must be possible everywhere in the world, and every successful individual should be able to access it easily.
Bilgi ve para belli ellerde değil, bütün insanlığın hizmetinde olursa çocuklarımız bilgi, beceri ve yetenekleriyle üretken ve gelişime açık bir anlayışla yetiştirilebilir.
Of course, money and information shouldn't be in just the particular hands, and our children can be educated with a clear understanding of productive and open for development according to their knowledge, skills and abilities.
Hepimiz insanlık ailesinin bir parçasıyız ve hep birlikte mutlu bir dünyanın kapısını aralayabiliriz.
Lastly, we shouldn't forget that we are all part of the humanity and we can open the door to a happy world.
Herkesin temel insan haklarından yararlandığı, özgür ve eşit eğitim alma hakkına sahip olduğu bir dünyada buluşma dileğiyle hepimize saygılar sunuyorum.
I wish for a world in which everyone enjoys basic human rights and has the right to free and equal education. On this occasion, once again, I would like to greet you all and thank wholeheartedly those who contributed this wonderful symposium. Thank you very much again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Selvi and Mr. Usman, for the food of thought on education development and the role of educator trade union in Turkey. Let me summarize for the audience briefly. ก็เมื่อกี้จบไปแล้วนะคะก็คือเป็นการนำเสนอของประเทศตุรกีนะคะอาจจะยาวนิดนึงนะคะแล้วก็อาจจะมีเรื่องของภาษาด้วยนะคะที่มันต้องใช้เวลาในการแปลนิดนึงนะคะแต่ว่าประเด็นหลักๆนะคะของทางวิทยากรชาวตุรกีนะคะซึ่งเป็นจริงๆเป็นรองประธานสภาครูด้วยนะคะอยู่ที่ตุรกีนะคะก็ได้พูดถึงประเด็นภาพรวมๆด้วยนะคะว่าตอนนี้ก็คือพูดว่าโลกของเรากำลังมีปัญหาเรื่องของความเหลื่อมล้ำอยู่พอสมควรทีเดียวนะคะมีประเทศจนประเทศรวยนะคะเพราะฉะนั้นคำตอบสำคัญของการแก้ปัญหาเรื่องนี้คือเรื่องของการศึกษาแล้วก็การใช้นวัตกรรมนะคะโดยพูดถึงเรื่องว่าการศึกษาต้องเป็นสิทธิ์ของทุกคนด้วยนะคะแล้วก็รวมไปถึงเรื่องของโดยเฉพาะเรื่องของการช่วยเหลือเด็กด้อยโอกาสที่มันเกิดจากปัญหาความขัดแย้งหรืออะไรต่างๆนะคะแล้วก็ได้ให้ทางออกไว้ด้วยนะคะว่าเราจะทำยังไงร่วมกันได้บ้างนะคะแล้วก็ได้พูดถึงบทบาทของสภาครูด้วยว่าที่ตุรกีทำอะไรบ้างหลักๆนะคะเขาก็จะมีการเรื่องของหนุนด้านของวิชาชีพครูคล้ายๆกับครูสภานี่ค่ะที่ดำเนินการอยู่ช่วยเรื่องของเทคนิคการสอนนะคะแล้วก็จัดให้มีเวทีแบบนี้ค่ะขึ้นมาที่เราได้แลกเปลี่ยนกันนะคะทั้งระดับประเทศเองแล้วก็ต่างประเทศด้วยนะคะแล้วก็ส่งเสริมให้อาชีพครูเป็นอาชีพที่สำคัญของสังคมของประเทศด้วยนะคะรวมไปถึงก็มีพูดถึงเรื่องการศึกษาตุรกีบ้างนะคะก็คือบอกว่าทางตุรกีเองเนี่ยตอนนี้แนวโน้มเรื่องการศึกษาเขาก็จะเน้นเรื่องของการช่วยเหลือเด็กด้อยโอกาสเป็นหลักนะคะให้มีการเรื่องของการเรียนร่วมมากขึ้นนะคะซึ่งเป็นทิศทางสำคัญของเขาก็คือว่าให้เด็กได้เรียนร่วมกันไม่ว่าจะเป็นเด็กที่หลากหลายแค่ไหนก็จะเรียนร่วมกันไม่มีการแยกว่าเด็กไหนเรียนอ่อนก็ไปเรียนอีกที่นึงอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะจะไม่มีนะคะแล้วก็รวมไปถึงด้านอาชีวศึกษาเองก็จะเน้นเรื่องของการเรียนวิทย์คณิตแล้วก็เรื่องของเทคโนโลยีแล้วก็วิศวกรรมมากขึ้นนะคะนี่ก็คือเป็นประเด็นสำคัญของทางวิทยากรทางด้านตุรกีนะคะ I think I think time is running out on us as well. Perhaps each speaker would like to have a final words for this panel. Okay, so maybe I start with Professor Fuji. What would you like to give some thought from today's presentation. ตอนนี้เราก็ถึงมาช่วงท้ายๆแล้วนะคะเราคิดว่าอาจจะต้องรวบรัดเวลาจริงมีคำถามมาด้วยนะคะต้องเดี๋ยวทางผู้จัดจะรวบรวมนะคะแล้วก็จะพยายามทยอยตอบทั้งหน้าเว็บไซต์หรือช่องทางอื่นที่เป็นไปได้นะคะต้องขออภัยผู้เข้าร่วมประชุมด้วยที่เราใช้เวลามากไปนิดนึงแต่ตอนนี้เราจะให้วิทยากรแต่ละท่านได้ให้ส่งท้ายนิดนึงนะคะว่าประเด็นสำคัญอะไรที่เขาอยากจะฝากถึงคุณครูคนไทยนะคะจากประสบการณ์ของทั้ง3ประเทศเองนะคะตอนนี้เดี๋ยวมีกำลังต่อเครื่องนิดนึงนะคะตอนนี้ก็บอกว่าเราได้เห็นความหลากหลายของเนื้อหาด้วยนะคะแล้วก็ประสบการณ์ของแต่ละประเทศนะคะคิดว่าสำคัญนะคะ Okay so I think it's okay you ready no okay I think today we have learned a great deal from different countries, at least three countries, and also different perspective as well. And you can see each country what are developing toward to in terms of education. So I hope that it's a fruitful session for all of you. And we are still waiting for the final words from each presenter. Okay. So maybe while we are with Professor Fuji are waiting for some technical issue, maybe we invite Professor Echo first, please.
Because this is a closing statement, just a simple, bright idea. We are in the big community, and today's generation, today's teachers, especially, they like to share, they like to compete, they like to learn from each others. So I just give a proposal, why don't we make some kind like, I don't know how to say, maybe education Olympics. Education Olympics, but what is the stream of the Olympics is innovation teachers, for example, and how innovative students, how the type of learning, the simple tools that they are making. So it's really like a sports among us, mostly from the Southeast Asia and then to the Asia and then to the world. A simple Olympics where people can learn together, compete with each other, and then do something like that. Because we are used to do it in ASEAN territory. So this is a simple food for thought. Who knows, by doing that one, we can have our collaboration more closely. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Echo. I think actually his point is important because we also have a big platform here. Professor Dr. Katot is also here. You know, he also the president of the CMO. So I think what Professor Echo has mentioned, I think it's gonna happen. I think that's kind of we're gonna create some platform that we all educators in our Southeast Asia will be learning from each other. I think that will be a very good proposal from Professor Echo as well. Okay, so we final word maybe from Mr. Savi first. Thank you.
Özellikle sevgili gençlere hitap ediyorum.
So especially I would like to address to the young people in this room.
Fırsat ve erişebilirlik çok önemli.
The opportunity and the accessible is very important.
Eğer buna kavuşursanız dünyada başka yerde başarılan her şeyi siz de başarabilirsiniz.
If we reach those two, you can achieve everything that achieved in our world.
Küresel sistemden bahsediyoruz ve insanlık ailesi diyoruz.
So here we are talking about global system and we are saying the human family here.
Ama dünyanın çok önemli bir yerlerinde kimi çocuklarımız okuma, yazma, öğrenme imkanına bile sahip değiller.
But in our world and in the most of the world maybe, and most of the people cannot cannot access to the education.
Mutluluk hepimizin hakkı.
The happiness is the right of all.
Sorunlar da kendilerinden kaynaklanmıyor.
And the reason are not derived from themselves, and the reason are derived from us.
Ama kendi gelecekleri için bizlerden ümit bekliyorlar. Destek bekliyorlar.
Of course, they are looking for hope and they are looking for support for their own future.
Bilimsel çalışmalara adeta kendimizi adar gibi adayarak eğitim öğretimimizi sürdürmeliyiz.
So we have to sacrifice our lives and we have to sacrifice our times as sacrifice our lives on the scientific and the research studies.
Elde edilecek ürün zenginlerin malını artırma yerine insanlık ailesinin huzurunu ve mutluluğunu getirmeli.
And the outcomes of the research should help to create the common grounds and should help the oppressed and to those who cannot receive the basic educations.
Umarım birlikte başarırız.
I hope that we will achieve this together.
Teşekkür ederim.
Thank you so much again.
I just simply show the data from student side. I mean, as a result of lesson study being 120 years, you know, international test, which means that one country teach this task, one country doesn't. You know, even grade 4 elementary school, the test is given internationally. So some part, Japan, we don't teach. Because curriculum is different. Okay, so in international average, 73% taught, and the correct answer is 53. That's international average. Singapore, 82% taught, 74 correct. So number one in the world in Singapore. United States, 82% taught, same to Singapore, but 58 is correct answer. The gap between 74% correct and 58% correct maybe depend on the teacher. Now Japan then, only 54% taught, however, 69% correct answer, which means Japanese students, they can solve the task, which never seen before. New content, they can try and they could solve. That's one of the results of lesson study. Thank you.
Can I have one minute?
Okay, yeah, please. Okay, Mr. Echo would like to add something?
Yeah, just a wild idea. After the whole session, I learned that every country have the great treasures of the ideas, of the materials, of the platforms, of the so many things that if it is shared, it will make the world better. But the problem is everything is sporadically distributed in so many countries. I'm dreaming, can we develop some kind like Disneyland for teachers? Maybe put it in Bangkok. What is the Disneyland for the teachers? In Disneyland, we will see the future land, the sea land, whatever land. But what we put there is actually the thing related to the teacher as professionals. So maybe one is talking about the class of the futures, the one is talking about how the schools in the futures, etc. So we can experience something in one place. So that everybody can go there, and then everybody can contribute, and we can learn a lot by having this one. If this is too expensive, we create a virtual Disneyland for teachers. Whatever the name is, not Disneyland, Pak Gatot, no, it's another name, Pak, ya. So all of the things, all of the treasure, all of the platform that all country have, we put it in a one virtual place, and we can enjoy all of those things together, and the data can be shared, we can research together, we can evaluate together, so we make learning better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's very important and a very good proposal. I think Dr. Gatot has already take that note down, I think, and also the host as well. The Teacher Council of Thailand also probably will also join your initiative as well. So I think we come to the end of our discussion. So thank you for all presenters, and I think we all agree that teachers are key success in students' learning. In order to do that, that teacher also needs support. And today we have learned different tools and different perspectives from each presenters, from teacher collaboration using professional learning community, from using ICT as well to facilitate student and teacher learning and research. So thank you very much for this session and have enjoy the rest of the day and thank you for being here. Thank you. ก็ค่ะขอบคุณทุกท่านนะคะก็คิดว่าเซสชันนี้ก็ได้จบลงนะคะคิดว่าทุกท่านน่าจะมีประโยชน์จากการได้เรียนรู้ประสบการณ์จากหลากหลายประเทศจริงๆนะคะแล้วก็เราไม่ได้เรียนรู้แค่หัวข้อเดียวด้วยเราได้เรียนรู้หลายๆหัวข้อนะคะได้เปิดโลกของเราว่าประเทศในภูมิภาคใกล้ๆเราอย่างอินโดนีเซียทำอะไรอยู่นะคะอย่างประเทศตุรกีก็เช่นเดียวกันเขามีสหภาพครูที่เขาก็ดูแลคุณครูแล้วก็จากประเทศญี่ปุ่นเองนะคะว่าเขามีเครื่องมือในการจัดการเรียนการสอนยังไงให้มีประสิทธิภาพสูงขึ้นนะคะก็หวังว่าจะเป็นประโยชน์กับทุกท่านแล้วก็ถ้าเกิดมีคำถามอะไรนะคะที่ไม่ได้ตอบก็จะพยายามหาช่องทางเพื่อตอบคำถามของทุกท่านโดยวิทยากรของเราต่อไปด้วยนะคะก็ขอบคุณทุกท่านที่มาร่วมงานในวันนี้นะคะก็ขอบคุณค่ะ
ในนามสำนักงานเลขาธิการครุสภาขอขอบพระคุณท่านผู้ร่วมเสวนาทุกท่านค่ะลำดับต่อไปขอเรียนเชิญท่านจุไรรัตน์แสงบุญนำที่ปรึกษาสำนักงานเลขาธิการครุสภามอบของที่ระลึกแก่ผู้ร่วมเสวนาค่ะ
Thank you, our speaker. May I invite Ms. Juraira Sanbunnam, our advisor of the Teacher Council of Thailand, to present tokens of appreciation. Professor, Mr. Latif Selvi. Professor Dr. Ricardas Eko Indrajit. Professor Dr. Toshi Akira Fuji. And our moderator, Ms. Thantida Wongprasong. So please give them a big applause. Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณท่านจุไรรัตน์แสงบุญนำที่ปรึกษาสำนักงานเลขาธิการครุสภาและผู้ร่วมเสวนาทุกท่านอีกครั้งค่ะในช่วงเวลาถัดไปนะคะที่ห้องนี้นะคะจะเป็นการเสวนาเรื่องเรียนรู้อะไรเมื่อครูไทยไปสอนที่มาเลเซียค่ะขอเวลาจัดเวทีสักครู่นะคะ
พร้อมยิ่งกว่าบทพูดถ่ายรูปเลย Okay, so please stay here because we will have another interesting session on what Thai teachers have learned from teaching in Malaysia, Thailand-Malaysia Teacher Exchange. Presented by 5 Thai teachers who have exchanged in Malaysia.
ในช่วงเวลาถัดไปนะคะจะเป็นการเสวนาเรื่องเรียนรู้อะไรเมื่อครูไทยไปสอนที่มาเลเซียนะคะเราจะได้รับฟังประสบการณ์จากคุณครูไทย5ท่านที่ไปแลกเปลี่ยนการสอนที่ประเทศมาเลเซียตามโครงการแลกเปลี่ยนครูในภูมิภาคอาเซียนและเราก็จะได้ร่วมแชร์ประสบการณ์กันนะคะกับคุณครูทั้ง5ท่านค่ะ